LEGO releases tons of sets every year, but unfortunately, not all of them are that good. So let's go and take a look at the top 10 worst sets that you can buy right now on the LEGO website. The Harry Potter Forward Anglia is the Luke's land speeder of LEGO Harry Potter. In the past 5 or so years, there have been 3 separate sets available, with the Forward Anglia, as well as a 2-year period in which there were 2 Forward Anglias available on store shelves at the same time. With the most recent Forward Anglia, set retiring at the end of 2023, and the launch of the current one in March of 24, leaving us with a 2-month period with no Forward Anglia on store shelves for the first time since 2018. For reference, that's the same length as World War II. Okay, now to be fair, it is a well-documented fact that I hate LEGO Jurassic Park and their insistence on including builds in sets when they could just release a dinosaur and a few people for it to eat, and 90% of people would be just as satisfied. But this set is just so bad. The spiritual successor to the LEGO Avengers Compound Battle, this set is just a joke. The ATV and helicopter look like something out of a 4+ set, and the office building just seems too small and LEGO City-like. The only redeemable thing about this set I like is the watchtower looks quite nice. Also, I have no clue how to say the name for this. What even Gigantosaurus and Ceratosaurus attack. Now, just like LEGO Jurassic Park, I'm not quite the biggest fan of LEGO Technic either, but as a motorcycle, this set isn't so bad. But for a Batman motorcycle, this thing does not stand out in the slightest. There is literally nothing denoting this set as a Batcycle. If you were to display the set, you would need to put the box behind it to let anybody know that this is a Batman LEGO set. Also, Technic still sucks. Captain's Island Boat Tour is not a terrible set, until you look at the $30 price that is. At only 233 pieces, this set is extremely lacking, with an incredibly underdeveloped island and probably the saddest dock I have ever seen in a LEGO set. Its only redeeming quality is the boat is a cute little build that would look great in any LEGO city. At $20, this would have been a fun little set, but for $30, it's a downright robbery. In fear of triggering the LEGO Star Wars fans out there, I will preface my thoughts on the Invisible Hand with the following. Helmut Hole bad. 25th Anniversary 5's bad. Thank you. Anyways, the Invisible Hand set is just so boring to me. Like, I get how MIDI scale is a great way for people that might not have the money or space for UCS sets to get high-quality displaced pieces for Star Wars ships, but come on, the Invisible Hand? That ship's most defining feature was that it snaps in half. The thing is in the movie for like 15 minutes. I mean, for $50, that's not a terrible deal or anything, but it's like the Invisible Hand. Come on, man. The Pegasus Flying Horse is a set that looks like it was born to see a clearance aisle. Everything about the set is just forgettable feeling. From the minifigures to the build, only one thing stands out here, and that being the bad guy. Everything else just feels cheap. The build looks flimsy, the hero butterfly wings thing looks like something you'd see in a set 15 years ago. Just everything about this set screams unpolished to me. The abundance of visible studs to the flimsiness of the Pegasus, no wonder the set is marked down almost everywhere. So I like the Star Wars movies, I've seen some of the Star Wars shows, but what the fuck is the spider tank? This is probably one of the least LEGO Star Wars sets I think I've ever seen. To start, this build just looks so wacky doodle. It just looks like one giant gray blob. For the longest time, I had trouble trying to even figure out what this build even was. But I digress. The figures are alright, but are lacking. For $50, 2 figures just seems a little bit light. Sora's Transforming Mech Bike Racer is a set with just one too many words in the name. And like most Ninjago sets, the minifigures knock it out of the park, only to be let down by the build. In this case, the build being a really ugly mech with a somewhat cool play feature. The mech can transform into a motorcycle very easily, which seems like it'd be fun to play with, but the problem is that the mech from the front, the wheel just sticks out like a sore thumb, and it just looks like it'd be really top-heavy. The Grimkeeper the Cage set is one of the sets from LEGO's newest homegrown line, LEGO Dreams. But before I say the main reason as to why the set is so terrible, I ask you, how much do you think this set costs? For reference, this set contains 274 pieces and 2 minifigures. Got your answer? Is it $20? Maybe $30? Wrong. The actual price of this set on Lego.com is $38 US. For that same price, you could get the new Batwing or this lovable Hagrid plush. Additionally, regardless of price, this set is just plain ugly. The proportion of the mech leave it looking weird, with a very long torso in an effort to show off its jail cell door play feature. And finally, the worst set you can go out and buy right now is none other than the one and only Venomized Groot. This set has so many shortcomings, I almost don't know where to begin. I said almost. For starters, it just looks plain ugly. The Venomized look just looks really strange on Groot, and the set suffers from looking too Venomized and not Groot enough to be recognizable. Additionally, this screams edgy, but not the cool kind of edgy, the edgy that says, it's not a phase, Mom, you never understand the dark and twisted inner workings of my mind. This feeds into a larger trend at LEGO, though, because they've been doing Venomized versions of a ton of Marvel characters. Iron Man Venomized, Green Goblin Venomized, even Spider-Ham has a Venomized version now. I don't know enough about Marvel to know if this is accurate to the comics or not, but it just seems so strange and random, the character that they choose to be Venomized. I can only sit back and wonder. When are we getting a Venomized minion?